Quite simple. I didn't know there was such a thing as electricity. I didn't know that there was such a thing as having water come into the house through a pipe. I learned by observation what the world was like. I saw creatures, I saw birds, and I had to figure out for myself what they were. I was the youngest of all the children, and I caught the most hell, of course, from them. But I was the youngest, and I was very often left at home when my folks went to the fields. My folks were tomato farmers. There was very little schooling, very little. Everything I knew in terms of values, in terms of right and wrong, in terms of who I was, value-wise, had to come from my parents. I was always watching them, their treatment of each other, how they cared for each other, how they behaved with their friends, how they behaved with other people in the village. And I would behave as close to that as I could because I would see the results of their behavior. The Florida government put an embargo on tomatoes coming from the Bahamas. My father's business fell apart. So he sent my mother, and she took me to Nassau to find a place that we could afford. As we're heading into the harbor, I saw something moving, and it looked like a beetle coming down this street. And I asked my mother, "What is that?" And she said, "That's a car." I said, "What is a car?" And she described it to me. I was fascinated. As we walked the streets, I saw glass windows with all kinds of wonderful things behind the glass. But then I saw a woman, but she is standing opposite another woman who looks exactly like her. And whatever the woman is doing, the other one is doing. Obviously, there was a mirror, but I didn't know there was such things as mirrors. Do you hear me? I didn't know what a mirror was.